Oh my goodness. Hey!
He never expected that a family would come into his life and love him unconditionally. And I never thought that a shelter dog could change our lives so deeply. But that's exactly what happened when Cisco came to us. A dog with a difficult past and a huge heart.
What are you doing?
If Cisco is lying with me on the couch and my husband comes home, forget it. John instantly becomes the most important person in his world. In that moment, it's like nothing else matters to him. But the funny thing is, even though he chose that as his favorite, with me he still stays just as gentle and devoted.
Are you cozy? Are you comfortable?
When he walks up to me and lays his heavy head right against my face, I feel my heart overflow with happiness. It's hard to put into words, but in those moments you know for sure, this dog completely trusts you. And that's especially touching because Cisco is a rescue. His life before us was completely different.
Cisco, no. I said you can't have any more. Hey, sir.
That first week, I worried so much about whether he could adapt to a new home. Most of his life had been spent behind bars. And dogs that end up in shelters always carry their past with them. Sometimes it means fears, distrust, or habits formed long before you ever met them.
Cisco! Cisco! What are you doing? Hey!
Cisco did have challenges. He had been returned to the shelter multiple times just because he was too energetic. But everyone who has ever lived with an English Bull Terrier knows, you can't leave them alone for too long. They need company, structure, and attention. He never had that before, and it left him struggling.
I'm just a baby.
I grew up with dogs. They've always been a part of my life, so I knew there would be challenges. But Cisco surprised us. He quickly figured out that this house was his home. I remember the moment he first fell asleep between my husband and my daughter right there on the floor. For me, that was the sign. He had given us his trust completely.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, hi, Mom.
Cisco adores his dad. The second John walks in the door, Cisco runs to him and then squeezes himself between us as if to say, "I'm your number one dad." That's their special bond. But he still knows how to be my boy too. When John leaves, Cisco stays by my side. And that's when he shows his sweetest, most tender side.
Stop! What do you need?
Of course, there are times he gets mischievous. When John isn't home, Cisco will tear through the house in zoomies, run circles, and wrestle with our other dog. I just laugh and think, you'd never do this if Dad were here. But honestly, those moments just prove that he feels safe and free to be himself.
What?
I often think about the journey he's been on. From a dog that nobody wanted to keep, to a family member we can't imagine our lives without. Cisco went through so much, but now he doesn't have to fight for a place in the world anymore. He's found it here, with us.
There you go. Good boy. Come on. Let's go.
And you know, he's become more than just a dog for us. He is a reminder that even after the hardest life, happiness can still be found. To me, he is perfect in every way. His story, his scars, his quirks, all of it makes him even more special. We love him endlessly, and we know he's with us forever. Cisco has finally found his home.
Cisco?
If you enjoyed this story about Cisco, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more touching stories.